Harding. Welcome to my blog .stampwithelaine.com. Well, today is Christmas Eve and there's just one more task to do, and that's this napkin ring, which doubles up as a name place card. They're ever so easy to make. You could even task your children to do that. I used up all the scraps from my under the tree thing when I was making the box stacks. You will also need your Wondrous Wreath stamp set, the accompanying Wonderful Wreath framelit dies, some clear mount blocks to mount your stamps on, a modern label punch, the handheld stapler, and cherry cobbler and garden green ink pads, linen ribbon, and cherry cobbler cardstock. You will also need a sponge mat of some sort. I'm using Stampin' Up's Pierce mat. You need some glue dots, a sponge dauber, and a piercing tool. And last but not least, a magnetic platform, the plates and your big shot. To save time, I've already pre-stamped my images on half a sheet of Whisper White cardstock, cut lengthways. So out of one sheet of A4 you can get 6. I've mounted my photopolymer stamps on the clear blocks already. This is the first image, and you stamp off first to get the lighter shade of green, and then stamp it on the card. Then with the second stamp you only stamp the leaves, so I've inked up the stamp with garden green, and I didn't stamp off this time to get the highlight in the darker shade of the leaves. And then last of all, the third stamp, I inked up with cherry cobbler and stamped the berries. So now you're ready to cut the rest of the wreaths out. You need the piercing mat to cushion your photopolymer stamp as you're stamping, so you get a nice even ink coverage. Now you're ready to cut the wreath out, so you need your magnetic platform, the base cutting plate, followed by your wreath that you need to cut out. And if you see this little notch here, that's the bottom, so all you have to do is place your die and use the tabs as a guide. So if you stamp with your tab pointing north, similarly your die cut tab will point north as well. And then place the top cutting plate on, and you're ready to run it through the big shot. This is 2.5 inches by 6 inches. In centimetres, that's 6.2 by 15.2 centimetres. And this is the under the tree cardstock. You also need the jute ribbon. This is also cut at 6 inches. You need to just apply a line of sticky strip right on the edge on one side. This is a contact adhesive, so you need to run your fingernail firmly over it and then lift the protective layer off. And it might be helpful just to curl the cardstock a little, wrap it round and join the edges together. So now you do the same with the jute. And this time use the stapler, and you want the smooth side of the stapler on the underside because your napkin goes in and out and you don't want to get caught on the stapler prongs. So basically you're stapling it upside down. Same on this side. Okay, so as you don't want to see the join, this is where you're going to stick your wreath on the top. So you take your piercing tool and pick up a glue dot and pop it on your ring close to the jute. You might need more than one to be on the safe side. Okay, and then next you can pop your wreath on. So if you notice, this section here is the bottom. It's sort of like a V shape, or a U shape rather. So pinch that down, and you won't see this, it'll be covered up. Next you need a strip of cherry cobbler cardstock, which has been cut at 5 inches by 1 inch, and in centimetres that's 12.7 by 2.5 centimetres. So thread it. You might want to curl that a little bit too. So thread it underneath. Okay, and then you want a glue dot on the underside here to keep it in place. And then just eyeballing it, cut in the centre. And do the same for this side. You take your modern label punch, and out of the Whisper White scrap, punch out a label, and with the cherry cobbler ink you can sponge the sides, pop a couple of dimensionals on the back, and then I'd recommend you write the name of the person on first before you put it on your serviette ring. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed my series of Countdown to Christmas and that you found the projects inspirational. I just want to end up by saying a very happy Christmas to everybody, and that Santa brings you all that you wish for. I also have some very exciting news in the new year, so do pop back and join me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.